5-Star Learn English. Today's story name is The Egg, the Hen, and the Universal Jam. Part 1. The Breakfast War. The great breakfast debate had raged for centuries, but in the small town of Omeleteville, it finally came to a head. The town was split down the middle. On one side were the eggists, led by Professor Pringle, a man whose hair looked like it had been styled by a ceiling fan. On the other side were the hen-thusiasts, led by Old Man Miller, who had lived on his farm so long he was starting to look like a potato. "Citizens," Pringle shouted in the town square, waving a dusty chalkboard, "I have solved the riddle. To have a chicken, you must have an egg. To have an egg, you must have a chicken." Therefore, they both appeared at exactly 9 a.m. on a Tuesday out of sheer awkwardness. "Nonsense," Miller barked. "The egg came first because I'm hungry at 7 a.m. and the chicken doesn't start making noise until 8. Evolution is just nature's way of saying breakfast is served." The debate intensified until a delivery driver named Dave pulled up in his truck. He walked into the crowd holding 2 boxes. "All right, who ordered these?" He opened the first box, eggs. He opened the second box, chickens. "Which did you bring out first?" the professor gasped. Dave looked at his watch. "The eggs. The chickens were in the back complaining about the AC. The eggs don't talk back." Part 2. The Trial of the Millennium. The town wasn't satisfied with Dave's delivery logic. They moved the fight to the local gymnasium, converting it into a courtroom. The judge was Mayor McButter, a man wearing a powdered wig made entirely of pink cotton candy. Professor Pringle called a prehistoric lizard fossil as his witness to prove eggs existed before birds, but Old Man Miller countered by bringing out Henrietta the hen. To everyone's shock, Henrietta hopped on to the judge's bench and promptly ate the mayor's cotton candy wig. "See?" Miller shouted. "An egg wouldn't have the gumption to eat a high-ranking official's hair. You need a living, feathered engine to start the cycle of life." Part 3. The Dawn of Time. Just as a riot was about to break out, Barnaby, the basement inventor, crashed through the doors with his Time-O-Matic, a machine that looked like a giant toaster with disco lights. "Stop!" he yelled. "We're going back to the beginning." The entire town crammed into the machine. With a sound like a wet noodle hitting a radiator, they were transported to a misty, prehistoric swamp. In the center stood the secret of the universe, a rusty, ancient vending machine. It had 2 buttons: chicken, 50 cents, egg, 25 cents. Suddenly, a giant cosmic hand reached down from the clouds. The town held its breath. The cosmic finger hovered over the buttons and pressed one. The machine whirred, a coil turned, and then it jammed. The prize got stuck halfway behind the glass. The cosmic hand shook the machine, kicked it, and finally gave a thunderous sigh before walking away to find a Taco Bell instead. The final verdict. The townspeople traveled back to the present, exhausted and confused. They realized the universe didn't have an answer because the vending machine of creation was out of order. Mayor McButter, now wigless, stood up and declared the new law of Omeleteville. "From this day forward, we shall stop asking who came first. Instead, we shall focus on the true tragedy, that no matter who came first, they both end up costing $12.99 on a Sunday brunch menu." And so, Omeleteville became the only town in the world where they eat pizza for breakfast, just to keep the peace. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more English learning videos.